on her first morning as Prime Minister.
総理、ぶら下がりよろしいでしょうか。
ちょっとミサイルのことがありまして予定変更しましたので、後ほど。
On the morning of October 22nd, North Korea launched several short-range ballistic missiles towards the Sea of Japan. Takaichi was immediately caught up in dealing with the situation. When she returned about 25 minutes later,
我が国の領海や排他的経済水域へのミサイルの飛来というのは確認をされておりません。
Takaichi reported the situation, her breathing slightly uneven. A missile threat confronting Japan was thrust upon the Prime Minister so soon after taking office. How will the Takaichi cabinet tackle this issue? During her inaugural press conference on the evening of October 21st, when she mentioned North Korea,
日米韓三国でもこれは北朝鮮に対する対応というところで戦略的な観点からしっかりと進めてまいります。
Takaichi expressed her intention to develop stable relations with South Korea and to work together with the United States in addressing matters. In response to the question that concerns have been raised in some quarters that Japan-South Korea relations will deteriorate following Takaichi's appointment.
いろいろご懸念があるようでございますが、韓国海苔は大好き、韓国コスメも使ってます。韓国ドラマも見ております。
The remark was covered by a major South Korean newspaper, with the Chosun Ilbo reporting,
イ・ジェミョン大統領は野党だった時は反日発言を続けたが、大統領になって変わった。同じように高市首相も変わるだろう。
Meanwhile, at the Ministry of Defense, a ceremony to welcome the newly appointed minister was held on October 22nd. Koizumi Shinjiro has been appointed as the Minister of Defense. Koizumi, who places emphasis on communication, also shared information on social media regarding the missile launch on the morning of October 22nd.
関係機関からの被害報告等の情報は確認されていません。
韓国等とも緊密に連携し、必要な情報の収集分析を行うなど、その対応に万全を期しているところです。
Furthermore, it has been revealed that in her policy address, Prime Minister Takaichi announced plans to begin deliberations aimed at revising the so-called three security-related documents, including the National Security Strategy, by the end of 2026 to achieve a fundamental strengthening of defense capabilities. She also stated that the government's policy to bring forward the implementation of the current target of raising defense spending and related expenditure to 2% of the GDP by fiscal 2027, incorporating this into the supplementary budget for the current fiscal year. The ministers of the Takaichi cabinet will tackle not only national defense, but also the various challenges facing Japan. Katayama Satsuki, who became Japan's first female Minister of Finance, took over from Kato Katsunobu, with whom she had worked under during her time as a bureaucrat at the Finance Ministry.
加藤先輩、画数多いですね。先輩の名前って。私のすごい。
これとこれがさ、似たような字だからさ、時々間違えたりするんだから。
They did seem to have a pleasant interaction. The other female cabinet minister, Onoda Kimi, is the Minister of State for Economic Security and the newly established minister in charge of a society of well-ordered and harmonious coexistence with foreign nationals.
ルールを守らない方々への厳格な対応や外国人をめぐる現下の情勢に十分対応できていない制度、政策の見直しを含めたさまざまな課題について政府一体となって総合的な検討を進めてまいりたいと思います。すいません、長く喋りすぎたから。
Moreover, concerning personnel appointments, ministers and parliamentary secretaries were appointed to various ministries and agencies, including those who had failed to declare their involvement in the so-called slush fund scandal. The 4 deputy ministers are Hori Iwao, Namoto Yukinori, Sasaki Hajime, and Sakai Yasuyuki. 3 individuals were also appointed as parliamentary secretaries. The non-listed members of parliament, whose appointments had been postponed under the Kishida and Ishiba administrations, have now been reinstated. This is likely to become a source of contention in the Diet going forward.